Hey coin collectors, and welcome to the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to talk about the strange, weird tale of the 1975 United States quarter dollar. And it's kind of a strange tale in many ways, but the fact is that we've got a couple of them right here and you can see them. And that doesn't make much sense, does it? Because if we look at these, we see that we have a 1976 one here, 1976 here, a 1976 here, and a 1974 here. So what gives? What is a 1975 US quarter dollar? Well, the basic answer to that is the United States did not produce any quarter dollars that said 1975 on them. In 1974, they produced 1.2 billion of these quarters between Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver. And this, of course, is a 1974 Philadelphia, and there's no mint mark on here for the Philadelphia. It says Liberty at the top, In God We Trust in front of Washington, 1974 here. Now, this is the same obverse that the quarter dollar had, this particular quarter dollar had since 1965. Actually, it had the same image on it, but before 1965 it was silver. From 1965 until the present day, well, until 1998, and they started making the specialty ones, it was this copper, nickel clad copper. Well, in 1974 they did 1.2 billion of these, and some people were saying what gives, and some coin collectors already knew what gave, and that was that in 1976 they were going to produce a specialty US quarter dollar, and here's one of them right here. So in 1974 they did 1.2 million of these, of the different mints. In 1976, I said, they produced a bunch of 1976 Bicentennial quarter dollars. But here's the trick. This particular coin was almost assuredly made in 1975 and minted in 1975. Even though it says 1776 to 1976, and we call these 1976 Bicentennial quarters, this particular one was minted at the mint and actually released in 1975. How do we know that? Well, because the U.S. Mint tells us that. If we look at a letter from the U.S. Mint from 1975, November 28th, 1975, and I actually can show you a letter. It talks about how they released the Eisenhower dollars, and let me show you the date. And the particular part that we're interested in is this part down here, where they say that they had already released, let me see if I can make this a little smaller so you can see it better. The Philadelphia and Denver mints have released both varieties for circulation. And again, they had released the regular 1776, 1976 quarters for circulation as of the date of this letter, which of course again was November 28, 1975. So in 1975 they started producing these regular circulation quarters. And so this is one of them. This is, of course, the Philadelphia with no mint mark on the back. We turn it up and we see that again it's a copper, nickel clad copper, just like the one we looked at from 1974. And then if we turn it over on the back, we see it's very different from the 1974. So this is a 1976 here, and this is a 1974. So they just changed it all. They took an engraving. They kept the same John Flanagan engraving on the front, and Jack R, A-H-R, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, did this engraving on the back. It's a Colonial Patriot drummer. We have the 13 stars around the torch of freedom here. It says United States of America at the top, quarter dollar at the bottom. Now, there's also, of course, they released this this one here, and this is the Denver Mint one, which does have a D there. So Philadelphia, no mark, Denver, D, and what about the S? Well, I'll show you an S. And this, of course, is not a regular San Francisco Mint one. It's a silver proof, but this stays in the same stead as the proof coins. In 1975, in November, they started taking orders on these proof coins, but they didn't release most of them until 1976. So if you do have a proof coin, either a silver proof like this one is, or a regular proof coin from the San Francisco Mint, that coin will probably have been minted in 75, but released in 76. So, and of course, if you look at the back, you see it's just magnificent when we get to the back. United States of America, the drummer, you can see all the detail. You can see the button-down shirt, the ponytail, the tri-cap. You can see the initials down here. Let's take a look at those initials because they are very finely done. JLA we see here, and that's of course Jack LR. So in 1976, they actually did release this coin. However, this coin and this coin were almost assuredly released in 1975. But there are no coins. So if you're looking now for a coin that says United States quarter that says 1975 on it, you can stop looking because there aren't any. If you look, one of the best websites to look at for coins sometimes is this website here. And I didn't ask them permission, so I'm just going to tell you. Go to Coin Trackers, and they'll tell you a lot about coins. And look at the 1975, and you'll see what they say at Coin Trackers is none minted. Coin Trackers are a very good site to look up stuff. If I want real specialty US stuff, that's where I go to look up the information on it right there. But, so that's the end of this one. No coins were made, no quarters were made with a 1975 mint mark on them. However, how many, I said 1.2 million 74s were made. How many 76s were made? This one you won't believe. 1.7 billion. 1.7 billion of these 1976 coins were made. 1776, 1976 Bicentennial Dollars. And this one here that we have actually came from a set. So that's a silver proof set. And this has the silver proof dollar, the silver proof dime, and of course the silver proof quarter goes right there. If you look on the inside, it says United States Bicentennial Silver Proof Set. This coin was actually minted and sold in 1976, but these coins here were not. All right, that's all we have today from the DC Coinville International Coin Channel. I'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments.